When I first got in business, people would say things to me like, I hope that business will work. I hope you'll be successful at it. And often I would hear a question, well, how do you know this will work? And over the years, I've heard this from other entrepreneurs who ask about their own endeavors. How do I know that what I'm doing is going to work, that I'm on the right track? And it's an important question, I guess. If you are doing it to make it work, if you're doing it because it's something you want to see work, and I know that sounds like an odd qualifier, if you want to see it work. I mean, there are some people who are doing what they're doing because they feel like they must do it. They feel committed to what they're doing. They feel that this is an endeavor that is their calling and they have to do. And I understand that, and that makes a lot of sense. And I think those people find a way to make it work. But if you're purely trying to figure out if the business is going to work, there are many ways to look at it. And you can find yourself looking at a business and have lots of things cloud your perspective, on whether the business will work or not. For example, someone could look at you running a restaurant and you could say, I have a great recipe and I have these great dishes that I prepare. And then the people might say, well, your restaurant is not full, so how could this business work? So there is an issue sometimes where people will confuse the product with the strategy of the business or the success in selling and marketing that business, and those are distinctly different things. But if you want to really think about whether a business will work or not, I think there are a couple of things that you have to consider. The first issue is, are you solving a problem that people have and that many people have? I think that is the first issue. Are you solving a problem? So in the early days of a business and you are struggling to get going and you're trying to figure out how it all works, the thing that keeps you going, or at least the thing I think should keep you going, are people who are satisfied, people who feel good about what you have to offer. And even if it's only a person here and a person there, that really can make you feel good about what you do, because you begin to focus less on the number of people out there, but you begin to focus on those individual cases and situations and customers. And so focusing on solving problems for people and having enough people that you can solve those problems for is a pretty good indication that you've got a business that's viable. There's a problem, there is a solution, and you can provide it. The second criteria I would say is, are people willing to pay for it? Are there enough people willing to pay for it? And frankly, the issue is, not only are they willing to pay for it, but are they willing to pay for it from you, preferably? So if there's a lot of people out there, but they won't turn to you because you don't have credibility in the market, you've got a long way to go to build that credibility, and that might take some time, and you may find yourself disappointed at your progress, and you might just give up and say, look, this is taking too long to work. But if there are enough people out there who need this problem solved, and a bonus would be if they will get it solved through you and pay for it, that's a pretty good indication that your business can really succeed. Now, the third thing I would say is, if you had additional resources, additional people, additional tools, additional marketing, additional energy in the business, would the business be able to solve the problems of more people, of more organizations? In other words, can you really grow this thing? Is this something that you can do not just once or twice or 3 times, but you can do it hundreds of times and thousands of times, and it's something you can continually do? That's a pretty good sign that this is a business that's viable for you. Now, I would say the fourth component, which is probably a bonus, and that would be if you enjoy doing these things. Now, ideally, you want to be in a business that you enjoy, that you feel great about, and you wake up every day feeling like you're not working. But if those other three things fit, you really have a good chance of building this into a business that is viable, that will make money, and that can grow, or as we like to say today, that can scale. It's a bonus if you like that business, and preferably you do. Preferably you're in a business that you really like. Now the converse to that is doing something because it's a good market out there, or doing something because it's a good strategic investment. You can flip this, and you're building something for investors and so forth. Those are very, very tricky objectives. And you've got to know what you're doing when you're doing something like that. But if you're in the business in order to fulfill your ambition as an entrepreneur, to be successful as an entrepreneur, and to feel that, look, this is my enterprise. I am doing what I can to serve the market, and I'm getting compensated well for it. It's those three criteria I would look at. That will tell you whether this business is something that can really work, or whether this is something that maybe is more of a hobby, and something that while you might like doing it, it isn't something that's going to really turn into a business. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking the icon with my photo. I hope you'll subscribe to it, and not only that, I hope you will share it with others who you know will benefit from this, and I will see you next time.